Hello, and welcome back to another Redwing Roundup podcast. I'm Ethan Ferguson.
And I'm Jack McGrath.
And today we have lots of interesting stuff for you.
First, we're going to have an interview by Allison Gudritis. She's going to be interviewing Maddie Seeplek and Claire Gardner about the guitar show. You even get a little sneak peek preview of the guitar show you're going to hear them playing.
And then directly after that, we have Nick Magus, who is interviewing Coach Fitz and Trevor Cashmere about this year's Benet boys basketball team, which we are very excited about indeed.
And then, upsettingly, Greta's not going to be able to be a part of Hot Takes this week, but Ian's still there. I will be joining Ian along with cross-country superstar Connor O'Keefe. We're going to be giving in honor of Thanksgiving, we're going to be giving our Mount Rushmores, our 4 best family dinners.
And then we have Francesco, who is interviewing Franklin Rakowski about this year's varsity boys soccer recap of the season. It should be very exciting.
Yeah, Franklin's a great player. Now after that, we're gonna head over to a fall play recap with Brooke Knapp. She's gonna discuss what happened in the fall play, what it was about, and all the great memories that she made.
And then be sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter. That is at Benet Broadcast 1. Again, at Benet Broadcast 1. And now we're going to send it to Allison with her interview with Maddie Seeplek and Claire Gardner.
Okay, today I'm with Maddie Seeplek and Claire Gardner, and we'll be talking about the Guitar Club. So Maddie, Claire, when did you guys join Guitar Club?
I joined Guitar Club at the beginning of freshman year.
I just joined this year because I just started playing guitar.
So what made you want to join the club?
I wanted to join Guitar Club because I got my first guitar in 3rd grade, and I had been playing on and off, but consistently since 7th grade, so I knew that it was something that I was interested in.
And I just started playing guitar, but it's something that I really loved, and some of my friends were in the club already.
So what kind of things do you guys do in the club?
Well, overall, it's really, chill, which is nice, which is such a bad word to describe it, but that's the overall vibe of it, I guess.
Every other week we meet and we just play. Sometimes it's a song that we learn as a group, and sometimes it's just everyone playing whatever they want.
Yeah, generally Mr. Aiken, who's the moderator, assigns someone to bring in a song that they want everyone to learn, and then it usually branches off from there where you're hanging out with your friends or you're just playing that song with other people that are trying to learn it too. And it is a really nice community because it opens up a lot of doorways to meet new people.
Okay. So I understand the guitar show is soon, so do you have to try out or can you just sign up? Anyone can join?
Well, you can sign up, but there's only a limited amount of spaces.
Yeah, it's very popular, and there are always some predetermined slots. Like there's a teacher band and a boy band and a girl band, so things like that are already they have slots for that, and then it's just first come first serve. So a lot of people just run downstairs the day of the sign up.
Okay. The people in the club, are they more experienced, or is it just for anyone who's interested?
I think it's for anyone who's interested. I just started playing guitar. I'm definitely not as good as Maddie or some other people in the club, but it's still really fun to go, and regardless, it's an hour of just making music.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Going to Guitar Club and just being able to play is something so nice, especially when I get super busy. I don't get to play as much, and so then having that outlet and that time to dedicate to it is really nice. And it's for anyone, it is, because there are people that don't play, and there are people that even don't play guitar and play ukulele or play piano or play some kind of instrument similar to that, but can relate it to guitar, and they come and they learn the songs too, which is really cool.
Awesome. So would you guys be able to give us a little sneak peek of your songs?
Sure. All right, so we just got our guitars out, and we're going to play You Belong With Me by Taylor Swift.
A great song.
Yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are we just going to start from the intro? Okay,
yeah.
Great. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're on the phone with your girlfriend, she's upset. She's going off about something that you said. 'Cause she doesn't get your humor like I do. I'm in the room, it's a typical Tuesday night. I'm listening listen to the kind of music she doesn't like, and she'll never know your story like I do. But she wears short skirts, I wear t-shirts. She's cheer captain and I'm on the bleachers, dreaming about the day when you wake up and find that what you're looking for has been here the whole time. If you could see that I'm the one who understands you, been here all along, so why can't you see you belong with me? You belong with me. Wow, we're good.
Thank you, Claire and Maddie. To see more talent like these two, make sure to come to the guitar show on December 1st at 7 p.m. Next, we have Nick talking about the boys basketball team.
So I know me, like most Benet students, have been waiting all year for basketball season to start. They've got their first game next week, and to kick it off, I'm sitting down with senior and second-year varsity player Trevor Kashmir, along with Coach Fitzgerald. Trevor, I'm going to start with you.
All right.
You guys came off a tough loss in the super sectional last year. I know the juniors that were on that team experienced that. Most of them, if not all of them, are back this year. What was the attitude of the team after that loss, and how do you use that to approach this season?
Well, I know, especially for me, it was just motivation. Like, we never want to feel that same way again in the locker room, and we know we have the potential to get to that point. So we really brought that attitude into the off season. We were always working, especially in the summer. We were always in the gym, just calling coaches like Coach Fitz and Coach Conrad and Coach Heidkamp to open up the gym for us, get extra shots up. So yeah.
Sounds good. Now, Coach Fitzgerald, it's your first year not coaching sophomores. Are you going to miss it?
Oh, certainly. Going to miss the bus rides and the practices and the locker room and watching these guys grow as individuals and a team. It's going to be hard, but I'll certainly enjoy, especially this senior class. They've been successful as freshmen. We went undefeated in the conference and won the conference as sophomores. Obviously, they're one game away from going downstate last year. It's an extremely competitive group, and I'm assuming, or at least I'm hoping, that they will continue that work with what they've done and just have the best season that they possibly can. Plus, they're a great group of young guys. And I know they're going to be supported by our wonderful student body, so certainly looking forward to seeing these guys continue the tradition of Benet basketball.
It's awesome. So do you expect to be on the bench at all with Coach Heidkamp this year like you have been in the past?
No, I'm going to miss that. I like to nestle into that seat next to the scorer's table, but I'll be in the stands or holding the rope or cheering with the student body, but I will have a different perspective this year, so I'll miss that as well.
Trevor, back to you. You talked to me a little earlier this week about everybody knowing their role on this team with probably a new starting five, what we can assume. For you personally, what's your role and how do you expect to fill it early on this season?
So I think my biggest role is probably just doing everything I can for the stat line, just getting quality rebounds when we need to get an assist, just giving quality minutes every time I'm on the floor, hitting open shots, just really being a plus-minus player out there, just making sure that I'm always doing positive things out there on the floor.
All right, so now back to you for a sec. Favorite memory with Coach Heidkamp on the bench?
I remember the first practice I was in with Coach Heidkamp on his staff, and there was a transition drill, and I had made a comment and to go guard the ball, and he stopped me and kind of let me have it a little bit and said, that's not how we do it anymore. We're going to guard the hoop first. So that first day that I met him, he kind of set the tone for what we were going to be as a staff and as a program. Favorite memories, so many great memories with Coach Heidkamp. Maybe walking into the University of Illinois Chicago when we played Simeon in front of 10,000 people and just being able to experience what a setting. Going downstate was a pretty neat thing too. So great memories with Coach Heidkamp. He's a great coach that everybody knows about. He's even a better person. I don't know if people understand what a great person Coach Heidkamp is. After a big win or a big loss, he's always the first guy in line to shake hands with the opponent and make sure that we handle ourselves, players and coaches, in a respectful and classy manner.
So now I want to talk to you about the fact that you coached everybody on this team
right now. What's a message that you've spoken to them about over the past 2 years, and that's something that you hope they take with them this season on the basketball court or even in life?
Maybe Trevor would be able to answer that one. I would think that just the idea of being a member of this program and wearing the jersey is such a wonderful, wonderful experience, and the expectations that you have and the hard work you put into it. I just hope that they know what an honor it is to wear the uniform. Again, Trevor might be able to speak to that.
Yeah, I remember one time we were going to practice, and this is just like about a life thing. And we were walking into a classroom to watch film, and we walked past a custodian. Coach, said hi to the custodian and all that. Was very friendly to him, and we just kind of like walked by him. And so he stopped us. He's like, why didn't any of you guys say hi to him? And like that's just kind of like a thing. Like this, it's a lot more. Like it's more than basketball. If you get what I'm saying. Like
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like it's not about just winning on the court. It's winning about off the court. Just being nice to people, having good relationships with people.
Yeah, there's nobody better at that than the guy sitting on my left.
Exactly.
So now I want to talk a little bit about the student section. I mean, Benet takes pride in how many students we get out to their average game, Tuesday night, Friday night, whatever it is.
Yeah.
How does that impact you as a player?
Oh, that's awesome. Especially when we're walking out of warm-ups and I see a huge crowd, it's awesome. Like I just get kind of like goosebumps. Like at first, but then I'm also very comfortable too. But it's awesome having a huge fan base.
So last thing I want to talk about, and you both can answer this, is the fact that Benet has such a quality basketball program year after year. I know Coach Heidkamp likes to start a lot of seniors. So every year we're getting 4, sometimes 5 new faces on the court, and we don't know what to expect as fans, but at the same time we always know what to expect. So what do you guys think is the key to bringing that level of success year after year?
So historically we've had an awesome basketball program, and that's dedicated to our seniors on the court, but also the juniors who push them every day in practice. So then by the time our seniors graduate, our juniors have played against these seniors so often, and we've gotten so much better throughout the year that by the time we're seniors, we've kind of moved up to that level. And so it's a lot of times like the lowest guys in the practices are bringing out the best in our seniors every time we're on the floor. And it's just kind of reflected in the games too.
Trevor's absolutely right. I'm just going to echo those sentiments. When the 5 seniors, when you play against good players, that even goes back to Frank and Dave, the guys who practice against them get better every day. And then so people say, these guys haven't started. Well, they've practiced against great players for a whole year and have gotten better. And so it's just kind of a snowball effect. When you go out there and practice every day and what is expected from you, and the next guys in line see how hard the seniors work, that's a standard that or a culture that's just built into the program, and guys just get better every year, and they care so much about playing for Benet that they're willing to show up at 6 in the morning, show up at 8 o'clock at night, practice for 3 hours, and they know what's expected of them, and the fans certainly cheer these guys on, and they owe it to those kids who show up to the games to make sure they give their best effort.
And just to add on the coach's point, last year we got to the Super Sectional. We were 1 game away from state, and every day we were playing against these seniors who really were making the difference on the court. Not a lot of teams can say that they played teams that were 1 game away from the state, but we played a team like that every single day in practice. So that just kind of snowball effects, like Coach said. Like we're always getting better out there in practice.
That's a great point. So I'm sorry that's all the time we have for today, guys. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
Good luck with the
Thanks for
season.
having us. Yes.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Trevor, you did a great job. That was awesome. You were great.
Welcome to Hot Takes, minus Gerda Maris, plus Connor O'Keefe and Jack McGrath. This week we're going to be changing it up a bit. We're going to be borrowing from another famous podcast, Part of My Take, and we're going to be copying their Mount Rushmore segment, where each person names their top 4 things in a category, and then you guys will decide who is the best Mount Rushmore of said topic. So the topic we're going to be going with is family dinner, so like spaghetti and meatballs or something like that. So Connor, as our guest, we're going to have you go first.
I haven't come up with 4 yet, so I feel like one of y'all should go first.
All right,
I got this. So, Ian, you know me, I'm a big burger guy, and I love just a grip when we grill out in the summer, sitting around the table, all eating our burgers, different toppings in the middle. My dad grills a good beef burger, and it's really good. Second one is barbecue chicken. My mom makes barbecue chicken on the oven. It's fantastic. And then after that, what am I going to go? Would it be bad if I said pizza?
I think that's allowed.
Yeah?
You must specify a topping, though.
Okay, I like pepperoni. I don't know if my sisters like that as much, but I'm a big pepperoni guy. And then after that, number 4. I already said chicken, didn't I? Let's go with... I like corn dogs, too. Those were the last 2 were sort of 2 wimpy ones, but those are my top 4 right there.
I've never had a corn dog before.
You've never had a corn dog before, Connor?
Nah.
That is crazy, dude.
Get out. All right. Connor, are you ready or?
Not quite.
All right, so I'll lead it off. I think I'm gonna lead it off with tacos with ground beef, just a classic.
Oh, I should have said that. Okay.
Second coming in, this might be a surprise, but we're going with sloppy joes.
It's a good
Kind
one.
of
It's a good
underrated, but you never have it and be like, darn, I wish I didn't have sloppy joes. And then third, I'm gonna go with pizza again, but this time I'm going with ham and pineapple.
Okay.
So there's a lot of people out here. There's a
a
lot of people out here who are not pineapple pizza fans,
Yeah.
but personally, big pineapple pizza guy.
Of course
so
you are. Of course you are.
why'd you gotta say that? And fourth, I'm gonna go with breakfast. Breakfast for dinner.
Breakfast.
It's
All
a
right,
novel
all right,
concept,
yeah,
but
that's it,
when you throw in some pancakes, some bacon, some sausage,
It's a nice change of pace.
it's a change of pace.
Am I allowed to
exactly.
change my last one from corn dogs to tacos? I feel like forgot about that. I need
But
to call an audible
what's
here.
the difference
All right.
between my tacos and your tacos?
I think they're the same tacos, but okay? I guess our pizzas were a little bit different. I guess
Yeah.
you're right. All right, that's fine.
I mean, if you want to go with like chicken tacos, I mean,
Ooh, I'll go
I might think less
yeah.
of you, but I'll
go with
allow
turkey
it.
tacos.
Turkey tacos.
Turkey tacos.
Oh,
Let's make it interesting.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, right?
You got it, yeah.
Okay.
All right, so now Connor.
All right, so I've come up with 4. So I got fried rice, which my mom has learned how to make in the past however many years, but didn't go so well the first few times she made it. It ended up being like a soup type of thing, and we weren't big fans, but now we are. Now she's gotten very good at it. So thank you for that, Mom. And then she's also very good. She makes this like pepper steak meal. It's like this like sautéed steak and peppers, and you put it over rice. That's really good. And then fajitas is kind of along the same line. I guess she's kind of a Tex-Mex kind of cook. And then in case she's listening,
Did you just call fried rice Tex-Mex?
no, not fried rice. The other two though.
Okay.
Well, I guess pepper steak's not really Tex-Mex, but pretty close to fajitas. And for my 4th, in case my mom is listening here, I'm going to say chicken hoagies from Benet Academy. If she wants to start making those, that'd be amazing because those are so great for lunch.
So Connor, we all know you're a big cross country runner. So what's the big pre-race meal?
The big pre. Oh well, I'm a bit OCD about what I eat before I race. So for me, it's always like I have this specific type of oatmeal I have with milk, and like Ian saw me when we were at state. I brought it along with I brought the bag with me to the continental breakfast. They didn't have a microwave there, so I went like up to the room, like brought the bowl up to the room, microwaved it there, and brought it back down to the breakfast area.
You're also a big Alfredo cookie guy, right?
Yeah, I guess.
All right.
They always do the pasta parties.
Yeah. So I think that's it for this episode of Hot Takes. This is Ian, and we got Connor and Jack, but no Greta. So goodbye.
All right, hello Red Wings. This is Francesco Dalgo with
Franklin Rutkowski.
who is a star in the soccer team, and their season just ended, so I'm here to interview them. Okay, Franklin. So first things first. I know you played for 4 years. Made varsity halfway through your freshman year, correct?
Yes, sir.
What was it like, that transition from freshman to varsity?
It wasn't too different because I had tried out with them, so I knew most of the guys there. But it was a different level of play. Freshman team, it was kind of just fun to goof around a little bit, but varsity, you guys take it a whole lot more seriously.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say was your best memory from the past 4 years?
Honestly, it might have been goofing around with the freshman team. I loved our coach, Rob Jackie. He has some of my favorite quotes of all time, as well as meeting all the guys, and who are seniors now, even the ones who have left, like the Milkman, Hunter A. Cuff, and guys like that.
That sounds like excellent memories. from this season specifically, I know that you guys made it up to the sectional finals, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, going into the season, you guys had bigger plans than that, but still, getting to sectional finals is still a very impressive feat. What was your favorite memory?
It was probably that regional final game against Wheaton, where I assisted 2 of the goals and I scored the second goal, which might have been my best so far at the academy.
Yeah, that sounds like an excellent memory. I was sadly only part of one of your teams, half of one of your teams freshman year. But what would you say would be the ranking of the 4 teams you were part of?
Which is the best, or you want me to list them in order?
Either one.
I guess I'd have to say the best was either my sophomore year when we got 3rd in state, or this year.
And final question, I just have to ask it. Who was your favorite coach of all the coaches?
My favorite it's such a tough question because they all brought different things to the table. I don't know. I guess it was probably Manny because he always believed in me from when I was a freshman. But then again, Coach Wesley did try and get me on varsity, so I can't say I hate any of them, but I'd say Manny's probably my favorite.
Yeah, there's some great coaches. All right, so this about wraps it up with my interview with Frank Gronkowski, star of the Benet soccer team. It was nice having you. I wish you the best of luck in all your future endeavors.
Thank you, sir, and you as well.
Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to the Redwing Roundup today. This is Maeve Shelton speaking. Unfortunately, my partner Megan Sluzis could not join us today, but on the bright side, we do have a very special guest here today. Joining us is Brooke Knapp, who is currently a junior here at Benet Academy and was recently just part of the drama department's fall play, Acting Can Be Murder. So, the show was just this past weekend, and I'm hoping that our listeners out there got a chance to see it. But for those of them who didn't, would you want to give them a quick rundown of the show and what it was about?
Sure. Okay. So, it was kind of like a play within a play type of concept.
Oh, yeah.
So, basically, it's about this woman who has always dreamed of being a star, which I mean, in Daniels, who hasn't?
Right, exactly.
But she has this radical idea to kill the person that's standing in her way, seeing as she is the understudy. And it just follows kind of like her insanity and like how she like falls into it. And throughout the whole play, you wonder, like, is it real? How is she coping with it? And it's a really dynamic thing. And the play within a play comes into play, right. I guess, when she begins to act a little crazy during, like, the performance of her own production. So,
right. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I saw the show, and I thought it was really entertaining. There's some crazy moments in there. And you were the main character, I'd say. You were the woman who went crazy.
Yes.
So how did you feel when you got cast or when you opened your script and you were like, whoa, I have to be this insane human being? Like, how did that feel for you?
I was really excited because it was very different from every type of acting that I've done in the past. A lot of times I play, like, the dumb blonde. It's kind of a typecast. And I play, like, the more happy, smiley characters. And this character was definitely something that had a lot of, like, different things you could do with her. And she was such a dynamic character, and I really appreciated being able to, like, dive in and change up how I wanted to play certain parts of it. And it was amazing. There was definitely a lot of lines, for sure, but it was a lot of fun to be able to, like, memorize them all and act them out the way that I felt worked.
Yeah, that was my next question. I was going to ask you, how many lines did you have? Because you were talking about the whole thing.
Gosh, I had 211, I believe. Wow. Somewhere around there.
Okay.
It was a fun memorization thing.
I mean, and you're a junior, so this is a busy time for you with, all the testing and, thinking about colleges and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
So, that's awesome that you've found the time, you were able to do that, and I think I can speak for all of us when I say you did a fantastic job. So,
thank
great
you.
Great actress. You're welcome. Okay, so last question. I just want to know if we can expect to see you in other shows this year or next year, or you plan on taking a break for a while. I just want to know what's going on with you.
Oh, well, I really hope I can do more shows because it was definitely so much fun. The cast really bonded this year.
Yep.
And I hope to make musical in the future and future plays because acting here at Benet is like no other activity.
Yeah, I agree. That's awesome. Well, great. Thank you so much for coming in, Brooke.
Thanks for having me.
It was great to have you, and we appreciate you coming in with us. So now we're going to toss it back over to Jack and Ethan, who will close us off. So thank you again, and this is Maeve Shelton signing off.
Thanks again to Maeve and Brooke for the interview about the fall play. And be sure to follow us on social media. That's at Benet Broadcast 1. Again, at Benet Broadcast 1. We have lots of exciting things planned for the future. I'm Ethan Ferguson, and this has been the Redwing Roundup.